Habari za asubuhi mabibi na mabwana. This was special for our dear brothers and sisters from Tanzania. Karibuni sana. Just like what Philip said in the beginning, we've actually been trying to make sure that we respond to our customers' need. We at MultiChoice, using all our products, that is Dstv, GoTV, Showmax, and using our channels, the Maisha Magic channels, we've always been looking to respond to all these customers' needs. So one of the things that we know our customers, and you will testify that, is that they've always been looking for live events, alternative sports, things that resonate with them. So we don't just want to give them content, but we want to give them content that resonates. Hence the Nairobi Night Rumble. Nairobi Night Rumble is an event that we all know by now. That's going to take place tomorrow, the 25th. It's going to have 6 fights, and the fighters are coming from the East African countries. So we've got fighters from Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, but we also expect to have a boxer from South Africa. I think the heat on the streets in these 3 markets is very high despite the rains. Watu wanakusubiri sana Mandonga na the other boxers. You did a very good job last time around when you're here in Kenya, and people expect the same. So guys, there's nothing much to talk about today. The boxers will be weighing in here. We'll have an opportunity to take pictures with the boxers. What I urge we all do after here is please share these pictures in all your WhatsApp groups, including those family groups. Share them, ask them to share them so that the news can go across Kenya, if not the whole world. When we do that, our numbers will respond when we close the financial year. You must remember that it was very important we have this activity at this time because traditionally the last 2 weeks of the financial year we have international break which stops the European leagues. So there's no APL, there's no La Liga, there's no Serie A. And whenever we don't have these leagues, the numbers go down. Unfortunately, it's that time of the year when we expect to actually have the numbers up because we are close to closing in our financial year. So this event is actually coming to mitigate the expected drop, which means with all our efforts, let's make sure we communicate as much as possible, we push this as much as possible so that we mitigate or even see our numbers grow. Now, I'm sure the promoters, Big Time Promotions, our partners, Live Eye and True Black, they've got an arrangement to ensure even we can actually attend tomorrow. And I would like to hear that before we close the session today, this morning. With all this, I think there's not much to say. I'm just going to pass it back to Philip so that we can continue with the program. But at least, guys, let's just be happy. Let's show that happiness that MultiChoice Kenya is, because we're all looking like we're scared as if we're going to be asked to come to the ring. Guys, as I said, this is very much an East African initiative. So the fight will be shown across the 3 countries using our local channels. So for Kenya, Maisha Magic East, channel number 158, and GoTV number 4 will be showing this event. The event is going to start from 7, the coverage is going to start from 7, and it's going to be a 5-hour, 6-hour event. So people will enjoy throughout their Saturday watching all these fights. There will be many activities before the fight. We'll get to hear some people, we'll get to hear the stories of the boxers. We've got the commission that is actually looking after the boxing in Kenya. They will have their messaging, but all in all, it's going to be an entertaining event. In Uganda as well, they will have their Maisha, local Maisha channels showing the event as well. And in Tanzania, Maisha Magic Bongo and Maisha Magic Poa, all of them will be showing the event. So I think for the East African markets, it's a fantastic initiative. Everyone is going to be glued in on TV. We know how Mandonga has become a household name. But again, this is going to help us because in the end, the boxing as a sport is actually getting that platform of Dstv that has been yearning for quite some time. And I believe this is just a start. Going forward, we're going to have many of these kind of events. Not only box, we're currently speaking to have an East Africa comedy night where we can have comedians from Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania in one stage to entertain our subscribers. Thank you, Philip.
Contract coming with that. Mandonga, shida hii Victor, sawa, ama pia Lukiamuzi. Hope you also perform. Caesar, I love the fact that we opened up with prayer. Because while God preaches peace, these two men are about to go to war. And it's going to be an absolute entertainment. And we have to thank Dstv for that one, first and foremost. Tanzanians have been spoiled with victory after victory after victory. Uganda is spoiling for one big fight. This is an opportunity for you in East Africa, Tanzania. Welcome to Nairobi. Uganda, welcome to Nairobi. A chance for us to witness history. One man slowly conquering home as he goes abroad. He did it with Kenya. He's top in Tanzania. He's beaten someone in Kenya. And now he looks to conquer Uganda and thus put East Africa under his belt. But there's a man who is questioning that, thinking, if you can do it, why you? Why not me? That man happens to be Kenneth Lukiamuzi. One man with one mission, to stop the machine. You know something funny is they say, talk is talk and talk is cheap. So the saying goes, right? But everyone who said that about Mandonga, well, as the saying goes, they've gone down. Will Lukiamuzi be the man who finally puts a stop to the mouth of Mandonga, or will the hands speak? Well, we're about to find. He talks the talks, he walks the walk, and now we see if Uganda, unlike football, they have something when it comes to boxing. So, entertainment galore. That match will, of course, be live on Maisha Magic. It will also, if you're not watching it live, then make your way to Kasarani Indoor Gymnasium on Saturday. 6 hours of absolute entertainment, and it starts right here, right now, with a weigh-in. Let's weigh what these two people are bringing. As the scales of justice are about to be started, you and I can welcome the two boxers in a bit, but first I would like to welcome the Kenya Professional Boxing Commissioner Chairman Ndolo, a very good friend. Come through. Ndolo can give a word. He's been in this position before. He knows how to throw those hands. Don't be deceived by his humility. He will come in and say a quick word. Round of applause.
Lord. Bwana asifiwe. Ndugu zangu Waislamu, assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. Very much brief, because, you know, today is serious business for our young and some of them upcoming boxers. And, you know, it's business. First of all, let me thank Matt Choice for being so kind for what I can say, our young children who really suffer, and they've been suffering. So for us who suffered a lot, I think Chico knows about it. For us who suffered a lot because of this science, beautiful sport of boxing. Because we really have suffered. We've been used. So that's why we came out in East Africa. We called each other. In Tanzania, we had Mulundwa. In Uganda, we had our coach, but he passed away. And some of them, we had Ayubu Kalule. And we came up together. That's when we formed professional boxing after coming back from Europe. That was in 1983. So East Africa was one, and it's still one. So Mark Choice, I give you credit, bringing our East African guys together, our children, and we know that the team that I've seen, some of them, I've seen Wahome here. Yeye ni mtoto wetu wa mtaani, tunamjua. Na anafuata my roots. Naona bado yuko na Land Rover kama zile zangu. Kwa hiyo, very good. Boxers, just keep your discipline. That's why, Mark Choice has come up. However, we in Kenya, tunangoja tena a return fight between Mandonga and Wanyonyi. Because sisi tuliona kama ile siku tuliibiwa. Tuliibiwa. Sio ile ya siasa, tuliibiwa ya boxing. But next time, I hope my choice will come back again. And this is not going to be the first one or the last one. I hope you're going to bring our people in East Africa together, even outside East Africa. Because now East Africa has grown bigger than bigger. So we are ready. And this one, tomorrow, I know also is a big one. Our Ugandan brother, Namjua, his craft, be careful, my brother. I know him. He's my student also. Na amejitayarisha, sio nimeongea naye, amejitayarisha. Go, be ready. Thanks very much. Chikolawi. Thanks very much, my brother.
Here's a quick question. A lot of people have been saying boxing is dead. You've heard that in Kenya. I don't know about Uganda. You guys speak about boxing in Uganda, right? I know Tanzania they do. Do you think it's a fair argument that boxing is actually dead, or is it Maisha Magic Dstv showing us that it's alive, you're just not focused?
Well, I think we have in boxing in East Africa now, we have world champions. Maybe if you tell me about football is dead, I'll agree with you. But not boxing. Because we have some of our guys who are now world champions. Even ladies. Ladies, Zarika is a world champion.
Yeah.
Sarah Cheng is a Commonwealth champion. Huh? We have in Uganda a world champion. We have Tanzania world champion. So, well, I think it's just a support which was not there. But believe me, now you'll see yourself. We want to have a Las Vegas of Africa. And it will be in Nairobi. Chikolau, you can do it.
KBBC, there we go, the chairman, Ruben Dolo. Round of applause for him. Thank you very much.
And all the other people, thank you so much for bringing the excitement back into boxing. And I agree with what the previous speaker has said, that, boxing is not dead, and nothing is dead. It will only be dead if those that need to be interested in making it work and investing and creating the awareness and also investing the excitement are actually still there. But once we all give up, then the sport dies. So I want to thank you all for making time. I can see this is an almost packed room. And I'm very grateful that all the participants have also made it. I have missed the most exciting part of seeing the frenzy, but I hope I can catch up in whatever videos that there are. Let me take about 5 minutes or so talking as to why we are interested in doing this. The first thing is that this is an initiative backed by the Multi-Choice Group and the 3 countries in East Africa, Multi-Choice Uganda, Multi-Choice Tanzania, and Multi-Choice Kenya. We have come together to popularize boxing, and that's because, as you know, we are one of the biggest broadcasters. Actually, we are the #1 sports broadcaster in the world. We have the highest number of leagues, the highest number of sports that you can possibly get to see and watch. So this is really just an addition into the things that we love to do and the content that we want to bring into the screens of all our viewers. The next thing that I just want to say is that we're not doing this by chance. We are very deliberate and intentional because it sits at the center of our strategy and the things that we want to do as a business in focusing on continuing to invest in Africa and especially investing in local content. So we as a business, as a multi-choice brand, we are very much interested in continuing to grow on the strength of sports. So the #1 pillar that drives our business is sports. But the second most important pillar that we have now started to invest in heavily is local content. And local content ranges from what we are doing on the telenovela range and other genres like what we've started to do now on the reality series and the crime investigative series that we are doing, but also now going into local sports, and especially because we have done that in the past with football and now are doing it with boxing and with great characters, sensational characters. There's nothing as exciting as having a sensational character like Mtuakazi Madonga. I remember I kept talking about, I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it right, but I remember in our leadership meetings, I think in the last 7 or so meetings, we have mentioned his name in the boxing teams and leadership more than we have ever spoken about any other sports personality. So we also believe in nurturing talent that works for us and with us, and by extension, talent that appears on our screens. So we hope to build stars by giving you a platform to thrive and building a fan base. And for all the boxers and the entire boxing community, let's make boxing great in this country and in the continent and in the region. Don't we agree to do that? Yes. And I think what we are waiting to see tomorrow in the Nairobi Fight Night Rumble, it really will be a rumbling in the actual sense of the word. And then finally, I say that when we say we enrich lives, we mean it as a brand. We enable connections and bonding. We bring happiness. And at the very least, what we can do this time round, what's happening in our country as Kenyans, we so desperately need some excitement and happiness. And when I say we know what's happening in our country, I'm talking about the pressure of the cost of living that all of us are experiencing due to the changes in the macroeconomics, both globally and locally, not really unique to Kenya, and also now also affecting the region. So we use sports, we use content to excite, to ensure people are happy, to reduce stress levels, because by enabling connections and bonding, and tonight we are hoping that a lot of people will come and connect and bond even better, and we'll light up people's faces and light up people's eyes and play our role of really enriching lives and touching the hearts of people and elevating passions. And with that, I hope we have a great Nairobi Fight Night Rumble tomorrow. Looking forward to be there, and we'll be cheering you all, the boxers, and hoping that the best man wins and the best, is there a woman in the future? And the best woman who wins possibly in the future will have the boxing ring for the women. Thank you very much and good luck for tomorrow and with the activities for today. Asanteni sana.